Merry Meetle. Bit of a different vlog today. I haven't vlogged for quite a while. I did do a couple of vlogs this morning, some sad ones that I'm trying to distract myself from because of one of my girls I lost. I was very upset, still upset. But I had intended to do this vlog here for quite a while. I have been quite busy. As you know, especially in the West, our world is quite chaotic at the moment, and I just thought I'll do a quick vlog of this one, just a bit of a heads up. So we have the whole thing of digital ID, also you know, having to sign in to verify your age to use the internet here in Australia in December and all this sort of stuff. A lot of the software that's being used through the back door is Microsoft and Apple. So a heads up, if you have not changed your OS, be it with your phone or your desktop or laptop, whatever devices you use, I would remove Windows and or Apple and replace it with a Linux. Now there's a lot of distributions of Linux, a lot of different variations. I'm using here Linux Mint Cinnamon, and it is so dang easy. It's just a different way of accessing things, a different language, that's all. But if anything, I actually prefer the system. So this is Windows, but it's a new monitor. It's my old monitor with Linux. I've got the internet connected to both computers. The computer I actually got is actually a refurbished ex-government computer which has been stripped out and basically replaced with a Linux operating system. I'm still using Microsoft on one computer, Word, documents, because I'm just, at the moment, I've just got so much study to do. I don't really have time to do complete relearning of a new system. So I'm basically using this to operate those programs that I'm full aware of how to use. And meanwhile, I'm dabbling with the Linux and getting used to all the different applications you can use and all that sort of thing. And I am so stoked. So December we have the stupid, you know, age verification sign-in laws, not able to use Google, and so I'm going overdrive in backing up software and programs, especially for research and science and things like that, because unfortunately facts offend some people, and it's crazy. We're living in a crazy world at the moment. So instead of, you know, not having access, I will back up and download and have this information for reference for myself, but also others if they need it. So yeah, especially if you're here in Australia, please be preemptive. Don't just sit there and go, oh, well, it's going to be rolled out and what do I do? Well, what you can do is change the systems that they use via backdoors to snoop on you and take control of your devices. That's for starters. Linux is open source, it's free. It is not difficult. You can actually buy second-hand computers with Linux installed in them by a tech, and that's what I did. It cost me $140 plus $50 delivery. And I am stoked, absolutely stoked. I will add the details from where I got my computer from. I did get a discount, not because I'm doing this vlog or anything like that. I do have a disability card, so that's why I got a discount. But I'll put their contact details in this vlog's description. My battery's flashing, so I'm going to keep this quick, and during the day I'll go through some of the applications I am using, especially as a content creator and a designer in textiles, which it's just so easy to use that people in my generation, older folk, should be switching if you're not switching. Just because you're in a different generation doesn't mean you should be stuck with old shit, and you don't have to sign your life away by using some of the maternity just be aware of, you know, what are the options that are open source, pro-freedom, and against tyrannical half-wits who want to control everything and everyone and have just basically one uni party and, you know, whatever they say goes. You know, the sky is pink and the sky is purple instead of blue sort of thing. But anyway, I thought I'd do the Linux. I just love it. Once I've backed up all my stuff, caught up, especially before December, I will pull the plug of the internet from my Microsoft system. The other thing too is if you want to use it, Microsoft, after October the 10th, make sure you have a bootable on a USB stick or a DVD or CD, a bootable version of Windows 10, because after October 10th, they are going to, don't worry, it's not steak, they're poppy seed pastries, one of my favorite foods. After October the 10th, they're going to discontinue upgrades to Windows 10, which is going to create also extra security risks on your computer and your operation system if you're connecting it to the internet still. So I would recommend having a bootable version now. Find a bootable version online, put it onto a memory stick. So if you want to use Windows 10 in the future, that you can if you need to reboot. Windows 11, unfortunately, is AI powered, and they're going in the direction of no mouse, no keyboard, voice activated, totally controlled, and you will also have to sign in your digital ID to use it in the future by 2030, and that's Microsoft. So Windows 11 is the floodgates for all that nonsense. So get hold of, even if you're not going to use it now, have a bootable version of Windows 10 if you like using the Office suite. There is an equivalent in Linux, and it's actually quite easy to use. You can even install it on your Windows software or OS and play with it and use it to get used to it. I'll actually make a few vlogs on how I've made the transition, the applications I find really useful, and you know what? Just running the Linux, my computer is not being drained for all life. Like, it really struggles to work. The Windows operating system is so clunky and full of stuff you don't want, use, need. Compared to the Linux, it's just so much smoother. Yeah. I'll do some more vlogs because my battery's low and I don't want this to cut out. I'm going to upload this tonight. I'll add contact details to one of the suppliers I got my computer from. Find the equivalent where you are. Don't be a sitting duck. And I'll also upload the sad post of my poor belladonna, losing my poor bells. And I've been quite busy, so I'm again extremely sorry that I haven't been uploading. I haven't forgotten about uploading or anything like that. It's, when you start seeing the screws turned by a tyrannical government or regime, I get busy and I start, collecting and backing up and getting stuff prepared so that I'm not caught without. And that's just how I roll. It's always how I rolled. And it's the reason why I didn't get affected when we had the shutdowns. It's literally the same thing, just under a different name. And I do think everything that they wanted to do with the shutdowns, they didn't do. And this is what they've really wanted to do all along. What that last shutdown was about was a mechanism, a means to do what they're trying to implement now. And I think people of different thoughts and minds need to unite against it, because where they're going with this, there literally will be no democracy or choice at all, even by delusion, even by illusion, I should say. This is where they're going with it. So, you just have a look at a lot of the parties today, what they used to represent, They don't even represent that anymore. They might as well just be the one party, and I think that's deliberate. But anyway, the thing of choice is being taken away, and blatantly. So please prepare ahead of time. Just because you're old school, boomer generation, and beyond, it doesn't mean you have to sit and take what is coming. You can prepare yourself tech-wise. Being tech-savvy doesn't mean you have to also comply with the tyranny that's coming. You can use technology to create alternatives for yourself, especially if you like knitting and crochet and all that sort of thing. You can use it to your advantage, or whatever crafts you like to do, even if it's woodwork. I love woodwork, and I've got some new power tools that I can't wait to share. Again, it's just been crazy down here, and I haven't forgotten you all. But yeah, please prepare ahead. October 10th, they're switching off Windows 10 support for Windows 11, forcing people to go to Windows 11. A lot of folks are not complying when it comes to the tech world, which is like, hey. A lot of them use Linux as well. Refuse. Actually, a lot of people have basically switched to Linux just because of the insane amount of updates and backdoor crap that goes on with Microsoft, which is dodgy as F. Yeah, so October 10, and then December here in Australia, they're doing the Age Verification Act nonsense. And also use a good VPN. Pay for a good VPN. I'm using a Swedish one. There's a free version of it that you can try and use. It only gives you a couple of countries to choose from as a ISP, but you can pay for it if you're happy with it once you get familiar with it, and you can basically choose from any country in the world. But yeah, so ISP, make sure you use a VPN for you to be able to have a ghost ISP, or from a different countries, whatever you choose. Backup Windows 10, October 10th, they're going to be stopping support from that, and vulnerabilities will really start, because they're pushing everyone to go with this AI, digital sign-in nonsense. It's not a conspiracy, it's what they are doing. They're talking, they have it everywhere, for those who actually read this sort of stuff. And yeah, switch your OSs, which are Apple or Microsoft, for a Linux. Choose any of the distributions of distros of Linux. Lynx Mint Cinnamon is quite easy to use, very similar to Microsoft. If you're used to Microsoft, you're going to find the transition to a Mint Cinnamon quite easy. And again, get yourself a second-hand one with the Linux installed for you, and then you don't have to go through the whole thing of putting it in yourself and not quite sure and that sort of thing as you learn on your training wheels of the Linux system. And yeah, may your ancestors be with you and give you strength, and doesn't matter what gen you are, be tech savvy, choose the pro-freedom choices, and keep the commie bastards honest. Anyway, blessed be Mary Part, and I hope you're going well. And yeah, prep, don't be caught like a sitting duck. And I'll upload my poor Bella videos. I've been crying on and off all day today. I'm going to be upset for a very long time. It's going to take me a few months. We lost her best friend, Luca, earlier in the year, and then we got Luna to replace her recently. And I most likely will do the same thing with Bella, but yeah, it's still sore. I might not. I love my little Bella. I haven't buried her yet. I'll bury her in a couple of days. I just can't let her go, my poor darling. And it was so random and out of nowhere, and poor little baby, I found her little drowned body. Yeah, I'm still in shock as well. Anyway, blessed be Mary Part. I'm starting to rabbit because I actually need to eat some dinner. It's like 11 o'clock at night down here. I'm still, that's what grief does to you, I think, too. It just throws everything out in your system, doesn't it? But anyway, I'll add that bullet point of info in the description of this vlog. Aussies, especially Aussies, don't sit here and just take all the shit that they're dishing out. Prepare ahead of time. Don't go, oh, we're going to have to, you know, sign in to use the internet. Use a different browser. And just so you know, when it comes to using DuckDuckGo, one of the alternatives to Google, you still have to actually use a web browser such as Firefox, because DuckDuckGo is a meta browser. It needs an actual browser to work from. So when you use Firefox, you simply select. I'll show you how to do this, by the way. I'll do some how-tos on surfing and utilizing the Linux system of what I've done so far. And it's not going to be like a full techie. I'm not a full techie, but I can at least show from, you know, a boomer's perspective, a layman's perspective, on how I use it and the little tricks that I found. So basically you're selecting to use DuckDuckGo from the Microsoft browser itself, if that makes sense. But yeah, you won't be able to install DuckDuckGo as an example into Linux. You just use the Mozilla Firefox, and then through that you select it. So anyway, I'll do a list of vlogs I'm going to do on this to help others who are getting their freedom from what is coming. And remember what happened with the lockdowns. A lot of us did not comply, and you're just going to have to do the same thing in this situation for as long as, don't make it easy for them. Okay? Blessed be Mary Part.